Morning,
Sorry.
Piyush.
Morning,
How are
Miodrag.
you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. First, thank you for attending Gitex. Can you tell me a little bit more about yourself?
So thank you for getting me at Gitex, and I've been with Boston for the last 5 years. I've been with the telecom industry for the last 23 years. And telecom has changed right from the dial-up internet connectivity till today, which is the advent of 5G. If you look at Gitex, 10 years back, 2013, we used to all play with candy bar phones. And today, when we talk about Gitex, it's all about 5G and AI. So two new technologies which have come to Gitex.
So basically, as you know, here at the booth we're showing main team is 5G. So what is your view on the 5G comparing to the previous generation, compared to the Wi-Fi, especially for the private 5G network that will be used within the enterprise environment?
So 5G is great. In fact, 5G has made a great impact to all of us in all walks of life. So if you look at 2G, 3G, it was all about calling, texting, playing that Nokia Snake game. Or if you look at 3G is when you started doing video calling. 4G is when you started looking at applications, ordering groceries, booking cabs. But if you look at 5G, it is actually going to touch all of us. If you look at general 5G, which is when we use our mobile, gaming as a service, start playing games at real time is become an reality. In terms of medical life science, that has become a reality. So it touches each and every individual. If you look at private 5G, that has become a huge reality. Today, when if you look at enterprise, let's say you look at an airport, or you look at Dubai airport, or you look at Heathrow airport, if they want an entire connectivity on a private 5G and have seamless kind of experience, so that is what it is enabling. It enables all the passengers traveling through those terminals. It enables each and every cargo that moves in. So that is just one use case, but it is across the industry and works very well.
All right, so let's talk a little bit more about the actual technology,
Right,
and let's deep dive into the actual architecture.
right.
So one of the things we're trying to achieve here at Boston is to bring as much of infrastructure to the edge in order to reduce latency and improve the basic bandwidth and the overall speed of the network.
Right.
So, what is your view on that?
So, if you look at Boston and what Boston has been able to do as far as the entire 5G ecosystem is concerned, uh, first let's look at your mobile phone. So that is not a clear space that Boston is in. But if you look at the radio tower, the IPUS to where the radios are connected, that is one place that Boston helps. You come down and where you have your CUDU, where the entire radio talks or the RAN speaks, not on the software side, on the hardware side, is what we actually do. And then you come to the edge. When you come to the edge, there's a lot of things that we do in terms of the entire infrastructure that we have to offer. One, we offer micro edge data centers, whether it be a air cooled facility or whether it be liquid cooled facility, whether it be immersion cooling, whether it could be DLC, whether it could be an air cooled facility. When it comes to the edge data centers, how does the overall 5G infrastructure impact? One is you have your 5G applications. Second, you have your MEC applications. You have your gaming applications. You have your content delivery network. The worlds of Netflix, Google World, or all that you OTT platforms that you access, everything is enabled on that. Amazon Prime, everything is enabled on that. And then you have your caching servers, the news that you're able to read, all the things that you can download, you can live stream, everything happens through those caching servers. So that's a huge impact on the edge data centers that it happens. And it's not only about building the entire infrastructure, it's also about saving on the operational expenditure, the OPEX and the CAPEX. So there is a huge substantial savings that Boston and its entire solutions team actually brings together.
Right. Let's talk about the role of AI. As you know, here at Boston, we are really keen on AI, and we are the leading edge of AI technology and deployment and development of various AI technologies. So, what is your view on AI technologies within the 5G environment?
So AI has been, we've been in the AI journey over the last 10 years. In fact, we helped one of the OEMs, Supermicro, putting the first GPU on the board and test as to how it works. So we've been leading innovation in that. But our AI journey is a little different. We do the infra piece in terms of, the media solution, or if you say the telco solution, we do the entire AI piece. But we also do a lot in terms of the entire training. So let's look at today. Everyone wants to do AI, but but do people understand AI? If you so, what we do as Boston, we actually do a little bit of BTC, that is Boston Tech Consultant. So we actually go through the entire AI journey, and we tell them, okay, this is what you want to achieve. Then we come back and we say, okay, these are the milestones that you need to do. And then we ask them, do you have enough manpower or the relevant manpower to actually train on these AI models? And that's when Boston Training Academy comes in. And then we actually build the entire infrastructure to that journey. Now, that infrastructure could be a workstation in case if people want to do picture correction, color correction, or some kind of high density or low resolution video wanting to do get convert into a high resolution video, or image capturing or ANPR, some kind of those kind of applications, CV applications.
Mm.
So there's a whole bunch of things. Or if you look at pure AI, deep learning, machine learning workloads. So there's a lot that infrastructure to happens. So it be a single GPU workstation, or it could be a 4 node GPU workstation, or an 8 GPU server. So that's all that
Mm.
we can do. So AI is not only limited to, I would say, just providing the
Right.
workstation or this infra, but the
Um,
overall journey is there.
Uh, I also have seen really exciting development of AI within the 5G infrastructure, where they try to do predictive models for
Yes,
how network behaves, so they can optimize either bandwidth
right.
or even reduce the power consumption, which is a great outcome
Yes,
of usage of AI. And from what I can tell, NVIDIA is one of the companies out there with its GPU technologies really on the cutting edge of that, and that is about to hit private 5G or 5G market in general,
yes,
where we're going to start optimizing, as I said, entire networks with the aim of reducing carbon footprint or increasing bandwidth.
right.
Um, so let's go. So basically, when we talk about Boston 5G, I believe our primary building block comes from companies like Airspan, Neural, and Supermicro, of
Yes,
course.
yes.
So let's talk about a little bit about Supermicro and Supermicro offering.
So let me take you back to what we had just discussed a little bit. So when we spoke about the entire 5G network, right from the RAN in terms of providing infrastructure to the micro edge data centers, they all work on x86. So if you look at what 5G has done overall, if you have those 4G towers, if you deploy 200,000 towers for a 4G deployment, you would deploy around about a million towers for 5G deployment, and everything works on x86 architecture. It does not work anymore on the old the switching technology. So 5G brings in that. When you do x86 architecture, that is what Supermicro and Boston bring together. So whether it be on the RAN connectivity, the IPDU, the CUDU, which is again the x86 architecture, whether it be micro edge data center where all the servers are there, whether it be your 5G application, your gaming application, your IoT applications, your content delivery network, your
Hmm.
caching servers, everything is on x86 architecture. You move one step behind, which is your medium haul. That is again on an x86 architecture, and then your complete. If you look at your final backhaul from mid haul to backhaul, the entire function is on x86
Yeah.
architecture.
And what is interesting to notice here, all these systems actually based on Sapphire Rapids,
Yes,
but specifically designed for telecommunication applications.
yes.
So, can you tell us just a little bit more about Sapphire Rapids, the latest gen of Sapphire Rapids designed for the
So
telco market?
correct. So Intel started with Gen 2 and then it moved to Gen 3, which had your entire Skylake, Cascade Lake, Ice Lake series, and then they moved to Sapphire Rapids. Very fast. If you look at the UPI plane of 5G, there is where the entire 5G applications run, and there is where Sapphire Rapids on Gen 4 is able to provide that kind of connectivity and that kind of speed. So within the plane of the motherboard and within the entire processing of the entire application that happens, it all happens on the because of the entire chipset that Intel has designed, and the CPU that has been mounted. So that is how it works.
Is there anything else you would like to add in terms of 5G, or do you think we have now covered this comprehensively?
We have actually just one use case which I would like
Oh,
to
okay.
speak
By
about,
all
which
means,
is
go ahead.
we are doing in India. Actually, we do a lot of gaming as a service. We do a lot of things, but there's a very interesting use case which is a mixed bag, where we have Supermicro and we have got the entire. We are working with a telco. So if you look at the fuel stations across India, they want to capture the ANPR. Basically, every car that comes in, we can record the number plate. We can record if there's any pilferage that is happening from the fuel station. We can record that whether there is the entire thing, safety is there. So if you look at, there is connectivity which happens from the 5G network through the telco. We have put in the IoT devices, And then you have the AI models that actually run this entire backhaul and gives you that kind of data. So if you look at a Boston ecosystem, from an AI to 5G, the entire journey that people are talking to different technologies, this is one something which we merge together and we bring it on the table for the customer.
That is fantastic. Piyush,
Yes.
I really appreciate your time, even more your knowledge. We are really glad to have someone like you on board who will help us to drive Boston 5G narrative further in the future and make it a success. Thank you.
Thank you so much.